like we've got all of the members up on stage now getting ready to go. So now we have two teams that both have synergy with each other, playing side by side. So A2P and Persistence. So we've seen what they've done in the prior games, both of them. So it'll be interesting to see if Persistence is going to have like Lucio come to the side, or if A2P is just going to know that this is going to happen and they'll actually prevent Lucio from going around to get some shenanigans done behind the scenes, and then Persistence coming out to pinch. While we've seen like A2P, as soon as they get like 2 down, they're going to move in as a unit and be in the right places when someone responds. Like on the Manta game, as soon as like the brush took mass, the Dynamo was right there.
Right? Right? So it's going to be interesting, you know, and again, it's going to be about play and counterplay. It's going to be about strategy. Did Soren just hit a dance move on camera? Soren, do it again!
Disco Fever?
I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, let's see. Here we go.
Let's go.
Good job, Soren. Bravo. I clap for you. Bravo, Soren.
And this is what I mean when I say we love A2P. They're so
Everybody dance
fun.
with Soren now, guys. Let's go. Do the wave.
Can we get a wave in the crowd?
Oh, my
Probably
God. I
not.
don't think
They
crowd
actually
can
can't
hear
hear
us. If only crowd could hear us, right?
Hopefully they'll hear us tomorrow. I pray.
We'll see. I mean, you can hear the
they
game
should
sound,
be
but,
able
you
to,
know.
right? I don't know. No?
No. Aw.
Come on!
That's
too much
alright,
noise.
that's alright.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Just you at home do the wave, okay? Just do a wave.
Give
at
us a
home.
wave
we'll
in
just
chat.
We'll just pretend it goes around wherever you're at, okay? Wave in
Okay,
chat.
it'll go around the world.
Capital and little W's. It'd be like wave spelt out in letters all the way down in the chat. Even though we can't quite see, but teams are still getting just slightly prepped here. However, I think they're just fixing up a couple.
A little bit of
things.
an audio issue, it looks like. Although we've been having those all weekend.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Tim is showing something to the camera. I didn't quite catch that. Oh well.
They're trying. Oh,
wait, we're getting it again.
What do we see?
Subscribe with
Prime! IPL
Let's go!
Splatoon!
We want your money. We want prize pools. Oh, working with IPL has been so much fun. Working with IPL has been so much fun.
It has been.
All of them are lovely. All of
yeah.
them. I've loved working on things, working on
How long have you been
pushing their
with
socials.
IPL for?
Literally a month.
Just a month.
Although, I mean, like, de facto, I've been with them for much longer,
fair
essentially. Enough. You know what I mean? Like, on the side,
Fair
working
enough,
with
fair
Squidward,
enough.
et cetera,
Yeah,
but
no. I've been coming for them for, it's been just over 2 years now.
yeah, same.
So it's been a blast. Like, first introduction to commentary, and I mean, I wouldn't be in this position right now if I hadn't done commentary for IPL.
They've given us so many opportunities,
Absolutely.
and they've given teams so many opportunities to show their stuff, like right now, Persistence versus Assault and Pepper. I'm very curious to see what the predictions are like. This is going to be an intense set, not only because of the map modes that we're going to be seeing, which are all heavily contested, very good for brushes and very good for ready play, but also because Persistence wants top cut.
Oh yeah, and you can like sense it from them as they're playing. Like they're correcting the mistakes that they've been showing to do, and then they'll regroup, and it's just like they'll push in together as a unit, and it's coming out very well for them.
Mm-hmm.
But Persistence is also doing the same thing, so we'll see how it counteracts each other.
We'll see how it counteracts each other. I don't know if it's going to be like an equivalency thing like we saw with Yaya Stars versus A2P, where, you know, the brush and the Nautilus kind of went at each other. I think it's going to be a little bit different. I think it's going to be a little bit more bloodbath.
Yeah, especially more in the neutral game. I
Yes.
think it's just going to be an all-out brawl, and then we'll see how many splats come out for each side and who's going to get the advantage and what's going to be pushed. Because once these teams get an advantage, I can see them just going.
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
as like on a map like this.
Well, you heard the ring. This is our last match of Redemption Pools. We will know exactly what your top cut is tomorrow after these sets. Persistence versus Assault and Pepper. Here we go. This is round 3.
And we're starting off here. We see a similar comp here from Persistence coming out, and we see the Roller Jet, Rush, and 52 from A2P. So definitely it's an interesting and different comp, but I'd like seeing this from A2P while we see still the brush coming out from Persistence. So yeah, here's already the start. Who's going to get the first splat with the baller already trying to come in to get something? The brush has won against Stormy, shutting down their 52.
Oh wow,
and
that's huge.
A2P with the initial cap here. We see the Knot just going to have to be patient here. They have the Inkjet at the ready, but right now they can't use it. You could see the fall off from both the Gal and the Jet just going over top.
And it looks like a wall kind of just pushed back Persistence after with those specials just slowly pushing in, slowly creeping in, but they extended just a little bit too far and were a little bit impatient without those specials, without getting a solid footing on the enemy plat. Although Persistence might fall into the same trap if they're not careful. Here comes the specials from Persistence side as well, though. Could cause a little bit of havoc, could give them the room that they need to breathe and keep this lockout going. It's not looking like it's going to be doing too much.
Oh, what's
Rat,
this brush got in
if people
story here?
check the
Hold on.
map, they could find out that there's somebody here by the beacon. They didn't, although there was a Lucio sharking there, and it's going to be Nebels trying to fight off Lucio. Not going to be able to do so, although it was enough of a distraction so that HOP could get the zone. So good play from Nee, working with the team, but it's not going to be the solid foothold that they need unless Soren is able to pick off 2 here, and he does.
Soren here with a 2-for-1 pick, really helping out here, but Persistence still in control of the zone here. Now as the penalty's counting down, but missiles have come out. We see Tim here just painting around, just getting kind of an analysis of where people are. They do know that this Knot is on fan, of course, and we see Persistence here trying to check the corners here. They're anticipating the brush to come out the side again. You can just see it from how their cameras are shifting from when we're on their view.
And they're looking to cap this zone instantly.
Something happened in the corner. There was a double down in the one left corner there on A2P's side, and just A2P is just up in now. They're in the Persistence base.
It looks like a baller play from Nebels is what ended up sealing the deal, and because of that, this is a pushed back Persistence. Nid starts trying to find a way in here, and the Booyah Bomb is able to lead Lucio into the zone and is going to end up going down, but not after getting Persistence all the way into this map. And Assault and Pepper are on the back foot once again halfway through the match, and there's not a lot of penalty points before we start seeing them count all the way down.
Something to note here from before is we saw the Zap trying to push in. Stormy stuck in from the side.
Yes,
with Lucio, and they got the cap on the zone.
Nebels able to take down that Inkjet. That's huge. That's not what you want to see. You're not supposed to be dying to an Ink Rush there. The Beyond is going to chip down some armor on Stormy, but Soren is going to be able to dodge it for the time being. They need to get in the zone now.
Time is running out. The
Nebels
baller doesn't pop on the
bonk
zone.
on the zone.
With the missiles, they might cap this still. They did cap it still.
Goodness.
The missiles were coming in a good spot here. I think the baller wanted to go down on the zone, but just stayed on fan. But thank goodness for the missiles being popped at a good time and actually landing when they really needed them to land on the zone.
And Nebels having the awareness to at least go for the zone after that, not giving up, not just trying to flail and baller. Lucio is on the Assault and Pepper side, finally jumps back, but there is a beacon over there that they're going to have to clear. They're going to have to spend some time. And I believe that there's another player, if we can get some vision on the side of Assault and Pepper's base. I believe that Stormy's in there. They're going to have to deal with all of this pressure, and it's going to be mounting. Finally, Stormy does go
Look
down.
At Lucio in this corner here. Lucio's in the corner just waiting for the opportunity. He does find this opportunity. That's one, but the other brush does manage to capitalize on that. And it looks like the lead's going to be reclaimed.
That's so bad. You can't Inkjet when you're trying to go for the zone like that.
But it stopped at 1.
Let's go, Stormy. Get the quad.
For Stormy. Quad for Stormy.
Oh, my gosh. And with a minute left, Stormy all of a sudden brings this game alive for Persistence. And what was almost assuredly a victory is ending up being a slobber knocker. They have one last chance to get some specials. They're only going to have a missiles and baller online in time, but they're not even going to have that because Stormy's going.
With
Debbie, what?
There's 40 seconds left in this game, but not a lot left on the timer, and it looks like the brush is trying to go in. Are they going to be able to get a pick on
Go
the
for
brush?
zone!
That's the game! Persistence takes it back!
He went for a plick, but not the zone. So you actually could have capped that right in that second. I thought it was going to happen. Turned the wrong way. Oh my goodness. There were so many. On Knife's Edge. That game was balancing on a Knife's Edge. It could have gone either way that entire time. Popped off so hard he left the room. 2 of them left the room because they popped off so hard. Is this an ITAP land? Because it looks like it. Holy cow.
We're not even playing and we're already taking the breath out of us. Oh my gosh.
That's just off game 1.
That's just game 1 of this. Like,
I knew this set was going to be good. I didn't think it was going to be this good.
This is when you get
2P. Oh my
yes,
goodness.
2 established teams coming head to head. You get you get some pretty crazy games. And I mean, that's not saying pickups can't put up the same pressure, but you've got 2 established teams just going back and forth here, and then they're going to establish themselves on how to come back in, and then it comes down directly to the wire. And we saw it was just like that. Just there wasn't a lot of time left on either timer. Of course, there was one fresh penalty on one side, but oh my goodness.
And Dan going down there, Stormy literally going all the way in and not getting stopped at all, just to get the pick on Dan, who was about to have missiles to get them back in. That's such a huge pick. That's such a huge pick.
Bravo to Stormy for going back in.
FT Win always talks about playing so aggressive that the enemy can't get specials, right? That's how you counter special spam. That's literally what Stormy did.
That is Stormy literally did that.
I've never seen it done successfully.
Yep, no, that's another thing I like to tell people is like when you get the opportunity to just kind of keep going, like if you know you can guarantee that pick, if you're quicker than them, just go get it. It stopped their special. But
after getting back into the room from being slammed down on the desk, ejecting their switches from the docks, we're back for game 2. And not a lot of changes on the side of the compositions.
No, it's relatively similar stuff here. Oh, well, we're seeing Dan pull out a K-Pro here for tower control.
We are seeing the K-Pro preferring a Booyah Bomb on Dan instead of on Soren. They're deciding to go with the missiles there. Dan gonna check this right side.
They do get the pick.
That's so huge.
It is big, especially on the knot, because a lot of people will, of course, anticipate the flanks early on. So just seeing that right away and just like taking the risk of waiting for it when the fight could be happening in mid, that is huge. But then getting the pick on it, that is a huge win on their part.
A2P, though, trying to make something happen. They're going to get missiled out here. Get forced off the tower. They don't exactly have the positioning to keep this thing rolling, although nobody's really looking at the tower.
Look at Stormy just on the other side here. Stormy's fighting on the other side while Soren's just kind of waiting by the pillow here. I think Stormy finally came across, but Soren got the pick on Stormy while he was trying to come back.
That's actually massive. And now this Acre is going down as well, and because of that, they have control of Snipe, and they could get across the grates here if they are able to do so quick enough. They're going to be able to pressure it out. They can have this high ground. That's such an important spot on the Snipe area. But the Persistence is not giving up yet. They're getting called out. They're getting spotted out. But they do already go one down. Nidstar's down. And because of that, A2P looks like they're going all the way in. Yeah, look at Rats. Rats is all the way up.
Just the brush is all the way in. And what is it? Lucio was actually caught out on the attic there behind. So it's kind of just the brush left here in the corner. Is going to try to stall it out. Gets one pick, but does get followed up on. But however, that does stall a little bit of time on Persistence's side from just getting immediately back to middle. But the brush is nearby, just painting up here. Lucio here again, just getting kind of the turf and being kind of that all-around person that you want to see, kind of like what a support player would do, but as a brush.
On the brush, exactly. Neebels does that well too, you know, just using those armors to really help push the team forward. That's such a weird bomb. Can you believe that clipped? I didn't think it was hanging off the edge. I legitimately think that hitbox
I thought it was just straight on top, yeah.
Oh
but
my
no,
goodness.
It's going to burst down. It's going to splat you.
And because of that, that's a huge opening for A2P again.
A2P has such a nice line going for this tower here. They don't really have anybody up front yet, but they definitely are trying. It's back and forth. Lucio from behind, yep. Booyah Bomb coming in. Is it going to get Lucio? No, it's just Dan and Lucio basically kind of in a 1v1 spot here, but not for long. Dan is going to get collapsed on immediately.
No, they saw him sharking, wanted to get in barely enough. I think that was actually a fake out. I think that was actually Lucio knew exactly where he was and then wanted to get a little bit closer and so faked him out. That was really impressive if that was the case. And now is able to find a pick here on a knee. That's
Look at
so
these moves.
Look at the moves. Faker! What was that? The Booyah Bomb here from Stormy, and finally Persistence isn't on the back foot. They can get this thing rolling. A2P needs to start going into that top right area and just start getting their specials quickly. But look at the special counters. They're not up yet. They're not anywhere close.
No,
but if they can get these picks, they're important. But Lucio ends up getting three. And that's the spin. That's the huge picks that they need. This is definitely going to be the lead for them.
Sound the alarm. Lucio is enabled, but it looks like the tower is being contested by bombs, and Soren getting a good 2 there. I believe Soren got those 2. Stormy here just waiting for a few members from A2P to move up. Does find one. Lucio is behind Stormy, covering Stormy's back, so this is good team play here as 2 members from A2P are down, but Stormy does go down. It looks like Dan does find the Nautilus, so that very, very tight spot there for A2P, but able to close out Persistence there, but Lucio isn't done.
And the jump outs? Is this Beacon Man?
Yes.
Beacon Man come alive? Look at that. That's so impressive.
That's what these are for. You find one pick and you realize, yeah, no, I'm not going to go back in again. I'm just going to redo from just back here. I have a beacon here. I can just re-enable.
Tim deciding to jump out after those missiles getting fired. A minute left on this timer, and it's looking like Persistence needs to start going in one more time. They're going to try and do so. They're already up here on this snipe area.
Oh my
Rat's
goodness.
barely able to rat away. Dan going down, who was so clutch in that last one, is not going to have the Bria Bomb online for the time being, and that's not going to be able to stop the tower. In fact, there's no specials online for the side of A2P. But Dan can get the picks anyways, and with the Rats on this brush, they're going to defend the tower for now.
Where's Lucio? There's Lucio. Okay, Lucio, last one alive. Lucio's baiting something here, and I think teammate here is going to jump in and die. I thought Lucio's just going everywhere.
Maybe Lucio's the baiter.
Maybe, but unfortunately for the wrong team. So we see A2P here just on the thing. It looks like someone's trying to flank on Persistence side. I think the Knot was trying to go the other way, but Lucio coming around. There was a brush fight in the corner. Persistence here coming out from the one side. Gets a bomb picked out. Lucio coming in from behind, but Soren sees it happen. So that's a wipe. Just A2P just wipes him at the very end. Called out everything and just got picked off one by one.
And eventually, it was for the entire first half of that match, Persistence didn't have a point on the board. Not a single point. And honestly, that's the most impressive part, that A2P was able to hold them off for so long. Look at those missiles. Look at how many missiles they got.
A lot.
And it's crazy. It's crazy how much they've been doing, how much work they've been putting in just with staying patient with those specials. That's such a big adjustment that I've noticed in that game compared to what we saw in zones. They weren't trying to go for the picks. They weren't trying to use those flank routes to try and distract people. They decided to just push together, push as a unit, get onto that snipe area, get into that base.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And at the very end there, yeah, just very well read. Like, Lucio just kind of going in there. Just the one jump, though. I don't think the one member from Persistence thought Lucio was going to stay there. So
Exactly.
It's one of those moments like, wait, I'm jumping in. Nah, but I'm jumping out. Wait, then why am I jumping in? Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun. Jaws theme plays.
No. It was an unfortunate moment, but however, they were still kind of coming around. It's just they had a plan there where they were just going to use like off angles and flanks to their advantage, but it was just kind of a one person taking the fight thing. So just A2P just able to turn at a quick 180 or just a side angle and able to pick it off really well and put bombs in the way.
Speaking of quick 180, we have finally turned. We have quickly turned around, and this is Rainmaker on Humpback. This is a big deal. Big boy Rainmaker map.
We don't see the Dynamo here for from Dan, but we see the Pro still
well,
staying.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still see a Dynamo from here. Dynamo's still pretty strong, but
it's tough on Rainmaker, though. You know.
Anyway. We see A2P already popping. Oh, the window pick!
You can't be sitting up there. It's such a dangerous spot, and it's such a good entryway, but it's also a very good see-through spot for the enemy team, especially if they're all the way in mid. They're going to be pushing up because of this. They're already through elbow. They're getting caught in the corner by the rocks, not able to make it out from this shark area on the ledges. 2v2, though, and they're both on the ground. They could go for this Rainmaker and try and get a couple more points if they really wanted to, but instead they're going to back off, get jumps. Though one is going into the rail, and Knee's trying to go all the way in.
It looks like they were going to try to maybe stall out the Rainmaker there, but Persistence saying, no, we're just going to wait until you make this one error, and then we're going to split out the rest of your team. And that's what they did. The brush moved up, thinking they could maybe do something there, but Persistence like, this is our moment to shine. And they picked off the brush and then a second in return. And now Persistence is going to try to push here. But look at this bomb pressure already coming out from A2P. They just got the midline out of the way. If Stormy can get these two out of the way. Oh, but from on top, Soren just comes and dunks on the Rainmaker, getting another pick here, too.
Single missing out this rat that is Lucio and finally getting it out. Going to pick up the Rainmaker, probably. Maybe
they
not.
just would have like, where's Lucio? We don't want to deal with it right now.
Yeah,
Missile.
exactly. And that's completely reasonable, too. That's why missiles are so useful, is they can call out that kind of information.
Yep.
And that's something that you don't really see a lot of players using them for. But on this caliber of play, it's exactly what we see. Aker trying to find that pick like we saw earlier, but that bomb is going to get stuck. That missile and the bomb pressure is so much. But Lucio around this elbow, around the corner.
Look at Lucio move. Lucio's just dancing over there. Just like, are you going to shoot at me? Where are you going to shoot? I'm just going to just change your aim so much that you're not going to hit me.
It's standoffish. It's showish, and that's exactly what we like to see.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. And just the experience that Lucio has on this brush is just coming out to shine. The splashdown trying to break this armor off the 52, and it looks like it did break the armor, but however, there are members from Persistence on all sides here just trying to collapse on A2P.
So it's going to be a tough scrap for mid here, but I don't know if we can get a pick here. What a crazy inkjet shot from the bunker, ending up sniping Tim. Like we saw with A2P getting that pick on the window spot, they were able to do so right in return. Unfortunately, Ninstar is able to get taken down on this Rainmaker. Not going to be able to get a fast enough push off of this, and in Rainmaker, speed is everything. And A2P, quite honestly, has the quicker composition.
They do have, well, depending on if they launch the Stingray.
That's true.
That can semi-slow it down a bit, because then when the Stingray's done, where's the jet going to be? But the jet can still apply a lot of pressure from the mid, even just from being there. But both of them can still move relatively quickly. It's just, it's the reaction time from each team. And two go down there. Wow, and just a kind of blink of an eye. And it looks like the brush is stuck in a corner here, but spacing, but has nowhere to go.
Stormy, I cannot believe that you got that turnaround. I still cannot. Persistence is playing on an entirely different level from what we've been seeing. They're getting so many plays. They're getting so many multi-kills that it's so impressive how this team has been able to do mechanically. And like we were talking, old school versus new school. But the old school has some tricks up their sleeve, and it looks like they're not able to deal with it quite yet. But Lucio is just able to pick them off anyways, able to separate them, splat them, and Tim is able to jump out with that ray, and Dan's going to try and find the way around here. Wait, no, that's Tim, but Tim gets a pick.
But there was someone right above. Tim got pinched in between. Lucio just had to bait Tim into the other Persistence members, and that's what happened. However, A2P still short here a little bit. Persistence trying to defend as much as they can, as they do have the lead right now. There's a minute left in this game, and it looks like Persistence is trying to use aggression, but is being forced back now. Look at A2P just moving in as a unit on the side. They pick off Stormy.
Oh, look at that. Like a unit,
and they
exactly.
have a Stingray, too.
Oh, and Tim's in the perfect spot.
They got Lucio. But Inkjet's out. There's 30 seconds left. Tim has the Stingray at the ready, and as soon as the Inkjet's going to land, I think this ray's going to pop.
That Inkjet did such a good job stalling for time, though, and that's exactly what they needed. Look at the rail. That Lucio's probably going to go up there, and it's exactly what they go.
That's what it is.
They're going to get the pincer off, but Lucio goes down. That's a full wipe. I cannot believe it. A2P is able to clutch this one out, barely getting the dunk, and A2P is back on the board. What?
Oh, my God.
After so many all-star plays from both Lucio and Stormy, they got a little bit too overeager in one situation, and that is exactly why Rainmaker is the most punishing mode in Splatoon.
Oh my goodness, it very much is. Like you could see, like I said, as soon as the Inkjet's going to land, the ray's probably going to come out, and I think Lucio is going to anticipate that, and that's why we saw Lucio go the rail. But the dangerous thing is that with the rail being up, they have people watching it. That jet can just shoot up at the rail. And I didn't see who had the Rainmaker there at the very end, but like the pro could have shot at it too.
Yeah.
And but yeah, just Tim there just choosing not to actually ray, seeing that there was one on the rail and helping to stop that, so then they could actually Stingray safely. And by that time, Persistence was wiped. So it's just a free Stingray. Like, here, I'm going to actually just point the way with my Stingray while they're wiped.
And that's the struggle. You know, we talk about how that over-aggressive composition can work wonders, but it can also be a deficit. Yep. And that's exactly what we saw. If they don't play patient enough, if they get a little bit too overeager, they can end up trying to make a hero play, trying to get a turnaround, trying to depend on that quickness that they had, like you were talking about. Yeah. But it can end up being their detriment if a team is so coordinated that they can pick everyone out and know exactly what they're doing ahead of time. If they could be a step ahead, it's not just about speed and your mechanics, it's about your mental speed.
Yep, that too. Just knowing what's happening there. And I think, what is it before? We saw a few fights happen between Lucio and Tim.
Yeah.
Where Lucio was just kind of dancing back and forth, doing the brush thing. And I think trying to get into Tim's mind. Tim now kind of more calm here, picked out these little back and forths from the brush and was able to get the brush off the rail and then just go there. So it's picking up on Lucio's tricks.
That's a really good analysis.
Yep.
It was also fascinating that it was such a low Splat game.
Yes, it was.
There was nobody with double digits. It was fascinating to me, even with the assists counted in. Clam Blitz on Mako Mart, and A2P is looking to clinch this one away and go into Top Cut tomorrow. Splatoon, are you in the building? Let's hear it for A2P.
I throw my pom-poms in the air. But now we see these comps coming out. We still see similar comp from Persistence. We see the Flingza coming back out on A2P's side and switching to the V-Jet this time as well, alongside that Brush and K-Shot.
Flingza Roller has been working well for Dan, but unfortunately for Ninstar, it's going to work against them.
The baller with the edge of the Booyah there just to save the Brush. Getting that beacon down. We got a brush on brush here. Who's going to come out on top? Looks like the Ink Brush will prevail over the Octo Brush this time. Soren here looking for the Clam.
Stays alive?
Yeah, and somehow stays alive.
I can't believe it. And Anchor actually ends up going down too, and Neebles is still on this right side, putting in so much pressure. She's doing a fantastic job just being that distraction. Unfortunately, gets taken down. They're going to have to deal with them from both ways now. Soren going to fire off these missiles, maybe in a little bit of a panic, maybe to just buy some time. But Dan might be trying to go for a little bit of a score here on that right side. Can he get in time? No, I don't think so.
I think.
Oh, he almost got there too.
A couple things I've seen Soren using with missiles is like after when Persistence is coming in or they're trying to figure out the last. Oh, the trade there. Lucio is ready, but of course just hit the direct on the roller there. That's a counter to that. But I noticed Soren has been using the missiles to scout out from before because they do have 2 sets of missiles in this comp. Actually, no, I think it's
three.
It's 3 sets of missiles, so it doesn't matter what time they use them as long as they stagger them. And they can use them whenever just to get continuous scouting, and I think they're doing that because of the Brush, because of Lucio.
They're also doing it because it discombobulates and separates the enemy team, which is exactly what they've been doing well together, especially with this Brush. But they're pushing, and they've already got so many clams in. There's so many clams on the map, too. They could easily end this if they stay alive, but unfortunately, they're going down a little bit by a little bit. Unfortunately, so is Persistence. They're 3 down, and it's only Ninstar's trying to defend from Soren, and Ninstar's
Soren's got a lot of clams here, and there's even some behind, but Lucio's trying to get in the way. Does finally shut down Soren.
But Neebles has clams! Neebles has lethal! And could go for it. I don't think they saw her.
Got one. Oh, so close, but getting it all the way down to 5, keeping that much pressure and even just picking off Persistence as they were coming back in. Now, here's the question. There's still 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Does Persistence have an answer?
It's going to have to be a very firm, stern answer in the form of a letter sent directly to the offices of Assault and Pepper Incorporated. And they're going to have to figure out what to do against Stormy on this left stack.
Stormy getting 1 pick. I think the Brush was trying to also look for Stormy, but got too far ahead there. But I think is going.
What?
What? Hold on!
Stormy, that's not legal. Stormy, that's not allowed. Stormy, you can't be doing this. Persistence is trying to get the score. And gets the jump back to get the clam?
Lucio's trying to get the clam and come back in because I think Lucio's got a lot of super jump, but however, Persistence can't get quite back in it. They're going to try to get the other clam, but it just falls a little bit short.
They really wanted the big score. They really wanted it, but they weren't able to get to it in time because they just got a little bit shoved out by the range of A2P.
Now here's the problem. Persistence here trying to do the let's jump in the pity clam play.
Yes.
Lucio now has the clam and can be seen. But however, Lucio's defending themselves very well. And can just jump around everywhere as long as it isn't back to spawn to save this clam.
But that's a really good point. They knew that Lucio jumped out, so they weren't as scared as people sharking, and so they were able to actually move forward.
Lucio's just trying to go around here, and with Lucio with this clam, just can't go around and pull off like a successful off angle. They're just stuck back kind of being the support, but they're doing so well!
Soren thought he had a power claim there. Unfortunately, didn't get one in time and is going to get missiled out. The last one left alive. Persistence does have enough for a push here, but unfortunately, you can't full rush off of that. Soren is still alive, and although they have a bunch of clams here, if they can't get set up, it's going to be detrimental. But Persistence doesn't care. They're still here.
It's still here, and they still have clams to throw. It's Lucio and Stormy right now. They just need to use...
This could be the end. Persistence can bring this back, and it's going to do it. Persistence is still alive. Persistence is now threatening to win this game, taking it out of the hands of A2P. There's 30 seconds left. There's 30 seconds left. Assault and Pepper still could do this. Assault and Pepper still has the missile spam. Assault and Pepper still has the absolutely presence.
They got Lucio and they got Stormy. That is huge for them. They just need to find these other 2. That's 3 down on the side of Persistence.
Oh,
the last
there
one's
it
under
is.
basket.
And the finishing blow. Assault and Pepper is going to top cut tomorrow.
There it is. Oh.
Let's Let's go. The pop-off is so real. The pop-off is so real from Assault and Pepper. Shout outs to them. JPEG is in the crowd. JPEG is on the stage. Oh, and Persistence is heartbroken.
Oh my goodness. But they had that answer. I was just like, what is Persistence answer to this? And they had the answer, but just towards the final end there, Lucio got picked off in the middle. And then so did Stormy. The two engagements that were the strongest in taking the fights got picked off, and that was huge for A2P.
So, with that, Assault and Pepper are going to go to Top Cut, and Persistence did so well.
Oh
it
my
was
God,
one
bravo
clam.
to Persistence.
It was one clam. That was all that they needed, and they had it.
Oh my
But Assault
goodness.
and Pepper were just that much little bit quicker. I'm so tempted to go back and analyze that set again because I want to see exactly how it ended out.
Well, at least we got saved VODs, right?
At least we got saved VODs. Shout out to IPL. Shout out to IPL in level 1.
Oh my goodness, but no, that's so good to watch back. And just seeing both of these teams, like, I remember being just like full-on rivals with Persistence.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, I will full-on admit, Persistence is definitely above us. And it's just like, I know even with rivals, they have definitely moved up here. They deserve to be up where they are. They've worked so hard for it. I appreciate you, Persistence. Further love to you, Persistence.
So much love to both of these teams. So much love to everyone
And
here.
A2P, yes.
So, with that, I believe we are going to be signing off. We are going to be going to the level 1 stream, who's going to be also showing off some fighting games here at Low Tide City. But that's going to be doing it for us. Are you on the mic tomorrow?
As far as I know of, no. I will be playing in the beginning, though. But so
Gotcha.
got in bronze bracket, so
Noted.
that's where I will be. But yes, I'm always on standby. So.
Oh, and level 1's popping off right now as far as
absolutely.
I can tell. So it's going to be great. Oh, they're at Emerald City.
They're at Emerald City.
That is
Okay.
my mistake. That is my mistake. They're at Emerald City, another fighting game event. So, where can the people find you?
Oh boy, people can find me at Devi Doobie on Twitter. You'll see all my updates, and then Devi_Doobie on Twitch, where you see all of the Grand Hydra action. Unless if I'm doing some sort of random weapon thing, then I won't be playing Hydra. But it's usually the Hydra for you Hydra lovers out there, and Vanilla Hydra.
And
I
Vanilla.
appreciate it too.
Important to
Magic,
know.
how about you? We can't leave you out.
People can find me at magic_octo on Twitter and TikTok. Have to shout that out. Thank you so much to everyone at IPL. Thank you so much to everyone at Level 1. Thank you so much to everyone here at the Low Tide venue. A2P is going on. Top Cut tomorrow. The stream starts around, I believe, 10, right?
I think so, yeah. That's when it started today, so I have to double check that.
And the actual will be back at Low Tide City with Splatoon. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. It's going to do it here for us at Low Tide City. See you tomorrow.